The television studio went silent. A live segment was underway, discussing the week's biggest golf stories, when the producer cut to footage that had been circulating online for hours. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump, arms wrapped around each other at the Genesis Invitational, smiling for cameras, her daughter Kai joining them for a family portrait. The segment's guest? A respected sports psychologist who also happened to be a close friend of Elin Nordegren. The camera caught her reaction in real time, the flinch, the pause, the deep breath before she composed herself. And in that moment, millions of viewers witnessed something they never expected. A woman who has maintained 15 years of dignified silence, suddenly unable to hide what she was feeling. Now, sources close to Elin are revealing what happened after the cameras stopped rolling. Months before the viral videos, before the Genesis photo shoot, before the world saw Tiger and Vanessa together, there was a phone call. Tiger Woods knew his latest romance would raise eyebrows. He'd been through this before. The tabloid frenzy, the public scrutiny, the endless questions about his personal life. But this time was different. This time, the woman he was dating was the former daughter-in-law of a sitting president, and that meant the news would explode. So he did what he's done since 2010. He picked up the phone and called Elin Nordegren. Tiger knew it was going to get out eventually, so he had to make the phone call to Elin before his love life ended up in the newspapers again, a source close to both revealed. He's made this call before about other women, but never like this. The conversation took place in late December or early January, just weeks before the news would break publicly. It was brief, it was awkward, but it was also surprisingly civil. According to multiple sources, Elin's initial reaction wasn't anger or jealousy, it was disbelief mixed with genuine amusement. Her response at first was like, "Seriously? A Trump? For real?" The source recounted. She was more amused than anything. But she really quickly just accepted it. For a woman who'd lived through the most public marriage collapse in sports history, who'd watched her ex-husband navigate relationships with Olympic skiers and restaurant managers, the idea of Tiger dating into the Trump family was simply unexpected. Elin, sources say, has never been a political person. She doesn't align herself with parties or candidates. The Trump connection meant nothing to her beyond the sheer absurdity of the situation. She wouldn't be a Trump supporter, one insider noted, but I don't think that really factors into her feelings. She just wants to make sure that the kids are around good people. And on that front, she had no concerns. Sam and Charlie Woods had already spent time with Vanessa and her children at the Benjamin School, the exclusive Palm Beach institution where Kai Trump also attends. The kids liked her. That was all that mattered. The conversation lasted only a few minutes. By the time it ended, Elin had processed the information, wished them well, and moved on with her day. Elin isn't one to react to things emotionally. She simply took in the information and sent them well wishes. But that was months ago, before the Genesis photo shoot, before the viral clips, before millions of people watched Tiger and Vanessa wrapped around each other in a pose that body language experts called a deliberate signal to the world. And when Elin saw those clips for the first time, live on television, caught off guard, unprepared, the reaction was very different.
The television segment was supposed to be routine, a mid-afternoon sports talk show discussing the week in golf with a guest who happened to have personal connections to the sport's biggest names. The host introduced the segment. And now we have to talk about those viral videos from the Genesis Invitational, Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump posing together, looking very much like a couple. Let's roll the tape. The footage played, Vanessa adjusting her hair in the wind, Tiger standing stiffly at first, Vanessa wrapping her arms around his neck, Kai joining them for the family portrait. The final shot, a smiling, seemingly happy family. The camera cut back to the studio, and there it was. The flinch, the almost imperceptible tightening around the eyes, the deep breath, the pause before the guest could compose herself and deliver the professional analysis she'd been hired to provide. For 3 seconds, an eternity on live television, Elin Nordegren's guard dropped. and millions of viewers saw it. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of the moment spread across every platform. Hashtag Elin reaction trended nationally. Commentators debated whether she'd been caught off guard, whether she was holding back tears, whether the years of dignified silence had finally cracked. Sources close to Elin later confirmed that she hadn't been prepared for the segment. She'd agreed to discuss golf psychology, the mental aspects of competition, the pressures of the tour. She hadn't been briefed that the producers would show the Genesis footage. It caught her completely off guard, one insider revealed. She's human. She spent 15 years building a life, moving forward, co-parenting successfully. But you can't just erase decades of history. Seeing it like that, unexpectedly on live television, it hit her in a way she didn't expect. The show cut to commercial immediately after the segment. Witnesses say Elin sat in silence for several minutes, gathering herself, before thanking the producers and leaving the studio. She hasn't spoken publicly about the moment. She likely never will. That's who Elin Nordegren is, a woman who's built her entire post-divorce identity around privacy, dignity, and silence. But for 3 seconds, the world saw something real, and that was enough. To understand why that live moment resonated so deeply, you have to understand how far Tiger and Elin have come. The 2009 scandal was nuclear. Tiger's infidelity, the SUV crash, the golf club through the window, the endless tabloid headlines. It destroyed a marriage and nearly destroyed a man. Elin walked away with a reported $100 million settlement and custody of their 2 young children. For years, they couldn't be in the same room. The hostility was raw, the wounds fresh. Co-parenting was a logistical nightmare, conducted through lawyers and intermediaries. But something shifted over time. Slowly, painfully, they rebuilt. "She's one of my best friends," Tiger told People in 2015, a statement that seemed impossible just years earlier. "We're able to pick up the phone and we talk to each other all the time. We both know that the most important things in our lives are our kids." Elin echoed the sentiment. "In the beginning, you tamped down the animosity for the kids' sake," she said, "but I don't think I doubted we'd end up here. That was always my dream, that the kids could have 2 loving parents who show respect for each other." By 2026, that dream is reality. They've been spotted together at Charlie's Jr. tournaments, cheering from the sidelines, chatting like old friends. At the Benjamin School State Championship ring ceremony in November 2025, they posed together with Charlie, a united front celebrating their son's achievement. This is the context that makes Elin's live reaction so powerful. She's not a bitter ex-wife nursing old wounds. She's a woman who's done the work, built the friendship, moved forward. And still, seeing those images unexpectedly, she felt something. "That's not weakness," one psychologist commented on the viral moment. "That's humanity. You can forgive someone, co-parent successfully, even become friends, and still have moments where the past catches up with you. It doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're human." The same week Elin's live reaction went viral, another piece of footage emerged that added another layer to the story. At the Genesis Invitational photo shoot, caught on camera and analyzed by a professional lip reader, Vanessa Trump had a revealing exchange with Tiger. The wind was wreaking havoc on her hair. She wanted the angle adjusted. Tiger told her not to worry, the photos were fine. Her response, captured in high definition and decoded by lip reader Nicola Hickling, was telling. "I know, I need to stop being immature," Vanessa said. Tiger, ever the pragmatist, quipped back, "I don't even have any hair." Vanessa smiled, put her arms around his shoulder, and said, "You're a good guy." The moment was sweet on its surface, but coming the same week that the National Enquirer published an account alleging Vanessa feels insecure about Tiger's past, the immature admission took on new meaning. According to the Enquirer's unnamed source, Vanessa's concerns stem from the 2009 scandal, the fear that Tiger could fall for one of the golf floozies who throw themselves at him.
He's told her time and again there's nothing to be paranoid about. She's the only girl for him, the insider claimed. While Vanessa's all in on the relationship, brushing aside his sordid history is easier said than done. Body language expert Judy James, analyzing the same Genesis footage, noted that Tiger appeared cautious throughout the photo shoot, while Vanessa seemed to be in control, what James called a whole load of confident pose control and choreography. The contrast with Elin's composed, independent life couldn't be sharper. Elin, who built a new life, a new family, a new identity far from the spotlight. Vanessa, navigating the complexities of dating a global icon while managing her own insecurities. Two women, connected by one man, handling their positions in very different ways. In the days since Elin's live reaction went viral, the internet has done what the internet always does, created narratives where none exist. She's bitter, she's jealous, she's still in love with him, she can't move on. None of it is true. People who actually know Elin Nordegren describe a woman who has spent 15 years doing the hardest work imaginable, rebuilding a life from the ashes of a very public destruction. She earned a psychology degree from Rollins College, graduating with distinction. She found love again with retired NFL tight end Jordan Cameron, building a blended family that now includes 6 children. She raised Sam and Charlie to be grounded, thoughtful, successful young adults. She's not stuck in the past, she's living in the present. What the world saw in that 3-second clip wasn't jealousy or bitterness, it was the natural reaction of any human being seeing images that carry decades of complicated history. A flinch, a breath, a moment of vulnerability. It caught her completely off guard, the source reiterated. She's not sitting at home watching Tiger's every move. She's living her life. But when something like that appears unexpectedly, in a professional setting, with cameras rolling, you can't control your first reaction. That's just being human. Elin has not commented publicly on the viral moments. She likely never will. That's not her style. She'll continue co-parenting with Tiger, continue cheering for Charlie, continue building her life with Jordan and their children. And when the next viral video drops, the next controversy erupts, the next drama unfolds, Elin Nordegren will probably be somewhere else entirely, living a life so full that Tiger Woods is just one small part of it. The 3-second clip revealed nothing about her feelings for Tiger. It revealed everything about her humanity. And in a world that demands perfection from public figures, maybe that's exactly what we needed to see. For more coverage of the biggest stories in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell.